that size.
Question number 10, the Hon Annette King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by the Cabinet Manual guidelines on advertising? And if so, is he satisfied that all government advertising since the change of government complies with those guidelines?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes, I do stand by the Cabinet Manual's guidelines. I'm not aware that any ministers or departments have breached those guidelines since the change of government. I would be disappointed if they had.
Honourable Annette King.
Mr Speaker, does he stand by his own statements that governments should not be using taxpayer funds to push political messages and instead should be concentrating on helping families through the recession? If so, why did his government spend taxpayers' money on this highly political advertisement?
Mr Speaker, yes, but I can't read the advertisement and I haven't seen it, so I'm sorry, I can't comment on it.
Can't afford a newspaper.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. Does he think it is good use of taxpayers' money to run an advertisement that gives the impression that all New Zealanders will get the $10 independent earners tax credit, when the truth is that nearly 80% of New Zealanders are going to miss out?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, OK, if that's what we're talking about, Mr Speaker, I'm surprised actually the member has bothered to raise this in Parliament, because it's going to be very embarrassing for the opposition. That is a program which affects 630,000 New Zealanders. As of tomorrow, they will get $10 each per week. The Minister of Finance took a moment out of his busy schedule to personally come and ask me about the advertising campaign and went with Treasury's least expensive option. It was a 4-week program on print, press and online. Its total cost was $600,000. And as the Minister of Finance said to me as he wandered out of his office, gosh, we're a low-cost government compared to Labor. They spent $21.5 million advertising working for families.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr.
The Honourable
Speaker.
Annette King.
Did he approve spending taxpayers' money on this advertisement? And why was this advertisement acceptable to the Prime Minister when he said that advertisements about KiwiSaver last year was political propaganda? What is the difference between the adverts on KiwiSaver giving information to New Zealanders and this advertisement? Isn't that a word that starts with H?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, a number of things, Mr Speaker. Firstly, government departments make the decision actually on spending, and I'm advised that government departments made those absolutely in line with the guidelines. Second thing, Mr Speaker, is if the member doesn't like it, she should take it to the Auditor-General to see what he thinks of it, because I think he'll find it low cost. And the third thing I can say, Mr Speaker, is I think she should leave asking questions to the Prime Minister to her leader. He doesn't do much of a good job of it, but at least he does a better job than she's done.